Have you ever been triggered? Most people will say yes, but I'm not talking about something rubbed you the wrong way and you got upset. Psychologists actually link most triggers to trauma, where an event, a circumstance, something will trigger, it will bring you back to that place of trauma, of pain, depression, anxiety, etc. And today I'm actually going to be shedding light on the spiritual side of these triggers that happen in our lives. The first thing to address is that we're not one-dimensional human beings. We have a mind, we have a body, we have a spirit man. And so all of these things are connected. You can't separate the mental health from the spiritual health. And if you don't know this yet, the enemy will come in through trauma. It is not fair at all, but the Bible says the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He will exploit our pain, our trauma, horrible experiences, and try to send in spirits of stress, spirits of anxiety, spirits of depression, PTSD, flashbacks, all of these horrible things. The enemy tries to sneak them in when we go through painful and traumatic experiences. And so when something happens to take us back to that place of trauma, and then we enter into rage or we enter into a deep depression, these are actually demonic manifestations. There is an open door somewhere where a spirit of depression or a spirit of violence or a spirit of anger, whatever it may be, could have come in through the trauma, and because that door wasn't shut, because God hasn't healed that area of the heart, something triggers that area and we flare up, and that anger rises up, or that loneliness rises up, or that sadness and depression rises up. And in many cases when people get triggered, let's take the case of rage. They get triggered into a fit of rage, they throw things, they punch a wall, or they could just explode in anger or say things that they don't mean. They don't have control. Sometimes we don't have control over themselves when they get triggered. And we know that that is a sign of demonic activity in our lives when we can't have control over our bodies or our thoughts, or things just happen or blurt out, or we go into a fit of rage and we start harming things or harming people. That is not self-control, friends, and that is not of God. And hear me, I'm not saying therapy is bad. I'm saying these things all work together. Mental health and spiritual health. We need to pray for our minds. We need to renew our minds. We need deliverance. We need to shut the doors. We need God to heal this trauma. And so today, if you're like, that's me, I get triggered, I have traumatic events from my past, I need healing, I have good news. Jesus is the healer. He can free you from your past. He can shut those doors and uproot those triggers and uproot that pain from your life. And this is how we defeat the enemy. What he means for evil, when he wants to torment you with triggers, take a step back and identify the trigger and say, wait a second. This person, for example, didn't want to be my friend. I have trauma with rejection, and this triggered a response in me of depression. So right there, you can pinpoint, I have a root of rejection. I have a spirit of depression that's manifesting whenever this wound gets hurt, and I need deliverance and I need prayer, and uproot the devil.